Hey, Shalom Israel, Shalom, Shalom. Yahbashim Yahshua Barakatah. Don't nobody need to see that bottle over there. Okay, all right. Hey, man, we sons of Thunder Israelites. Is our heart's prayer and desire that all Israel be saved. All right. We want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua for allowing us to do another lesson on another week's portion of Milk Monday, man. All right. Hey, it's another week. We just had Passover. You know what I'm saying? It was a beautiful event. Got to meet a lot of brothers that I didn't, that just came into the camp within the last year. You see what I'm saying? New fruit. All right. We just ended the prospect phase, had newer fruit at the feast, man. Got to see a lot of brothers and sisters, man. I was DJing and I ain't really get to see a lot of y'all that came into the building, man. But it's all good. All right. It's all good. We had a good time. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I like you got some home training like the video when you come into the building, man. Brother Israel. All right, he had to check y'all real quick, man. Make sure y'all like the video when y'all come into the building. You already know what it is. All right, Shalom, King, Shalom. All right, you already know what it is. Like the building, like the video when you come into the building. All right, so we can catch this algorithm. See what I'm saying? All right. Hey, make sure you subscribe to Sons of Thunder North Carolina, man. Got a little over 650 subscribers at the moment. We growing pretty fast. All praise to the Most High. But y'all got to like the videos, man. Y'all got to watch the videos. Y'all got to share, man. All right. Man, SOT is growing, man. We just got 3 new captains. Shout out to Captain Nehemiah, Captain Shaquat, and Captain Yehuda. All right. Captain Nehemiah, he's already in Atlanta. All right, so that's another captain, mighty captain, building the Atlanta area. All right, but we got Captain Shaquat and Captain Yehuda that's going to be opening up Sons of Thunder Bay Area out there in San Francisco, man. All right, so y'all want to make sure, all right, that y'all look out for that channel when they start doing the work in the next couple of weeks. So if you're in the Bay Area, boom, there's a whole new camp. Sons of Thunder is growing. All right. We're bringing in more fruit. Brothers is stepping up to the plate, becoming captains, and opening up camp spots in their area. All right. So, hey, man, definitely support us as we grow. And, the Most High brings forth more fruit and brings more laborers. All right. All right. Also, if you want to congregate with SOT Atlanta for the Feast of First Fruits, June 3rd at evening, you have to send us an email at sonsofthunderisraelites@gmail.com to RSVP. And please put first fruits. I did not spell fruits right. I'm going to take that off the screen. Let me take one of them. No, I did spell it right. Why is it coming up like that? Oh, there you go. That's why I see. All right, boom. Please put first fruits 2022 in the subject of the email. All right, so we can go ahead and siphon it out between this year and last year. All right. Put Sons of Thunder send us an RSVP to Sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com and put First Fruits 2022 in the subject of the email. All right. We will also be asking for a small donation of $50 for you and your family to come and celebrate the Most High's feast day with us. All right.
So
all right, hey, I'm ready. All right. Hey, I'm ready, man. Most High willing, I'm coming to every groundbreaking we got. Every groundbreaking we have, I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? All praise to the Most High. But hey, man, send an email to Sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com. Put First Fruits 2022 in the subject of the email so we can get you in the building. Like I said, we are going to ask for a small donation of $50. These feast days cost a lot of money. Me and the new Captain Shaquat, we DJ'd the event. We got professional speakers. You know what I'm saying? We rented a venue. You know what I'm saying? We had that venue from 3 until brothers had to cook. You see what I'm saying? It costs a lot of money for these feast days. So, you know what I'm saying? We just ask that you support the camp that you watch. And when you RSVP, please leave, go ahead and send that donation in when you RSVP. I'm going to ask that you do something for me. When you RSVP, put the payment method in the RSVP, whether it's CashApp or PayPal, and give us your CashApp or PayPal handle That way we know who paid and who didn't, so we can keep up with all these things. All right, moving on. All right, we have new moon on May 29th. If you want to celebrate the new moon with SOT Atlanta, all right, send an email to sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com. If you want to celebrate with us here in North Carolina, same day, May 29th that evening, send an email to sons of Thunder Israelites NC at gmail.com. All right, us in North Carolina, our spot got booked by somebody else, so we're looking for another spot. But we got 2 spots that we're looking at. So most high willing we can get them, and we'll celebrate the new moon. All right. Hey, Sons of Thunder Israelites has camp spots in Atlanta, North Carolina, Alabama, Ohio, DC, and now we got a camp in the Bay Area, man. All praises to the Most High. All right. So if you want to do the work in any of these areas, including Fort Myers, Florida, with the Captain Yaquab, or any other area where we may not have a camp, send an email to sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com. We got a plethora of emails for brothers who want to join the prospect phase. If you really were ready to do the work and you want to push the word of the Most High, send that email to sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com. All right. Send us your name, your contact information, and what city you are in, so you can get into the prospect phase and help us push the word. All right. And last but not least, Esau, you cannot get away. All right. And with that, I'm going to yield to the brother.
Shalom, shalom. Good announcements. That was good. That was good. As the brother said, go ahead and do what y'all got to do. You know what I'm saying? Get into the Feast of First Fruits, right? That's something that you want to do. You want to be there. You don't want to just go to certain feast days. You want to attend all of them. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and start the RSVP process right now, all right? Y'all hit the like button as y'all come in the building. As y'all see what we talking about today, the lesson today is based off of a bunch of requests that we've had from sisters the last couple of weeks, actually. And, you know, some things that I've seen on Facebook, things that I've seen on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, have led me to want to do a lesson like this for a minute. You can ask the brother. So today we just decided we're going to do it. So, sisters, tonight's your night. Once again, right? We get on the brothers all the time, but today the main thing we wanted to talk about is what type of example y'all are setting, right? Whether it be older sisters setting an example for younger sisters, or sisters that's been in the truth setting an example for new sisters coming into the truth, you know what I'm saying, or what have you. Sisters setting an example for their children, right? Or setting a good example for other men and women's children, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it might be, but what type of example are you showing? Are you setting for other people in Israel? You know what I'm saying? For other marriages in Israel, for other single women in Israel, for other older women in Israel, for other young women in Israel, right? What type of example are you setting? So to start the video, Shalom, what we want to do is I have a clip from a woman. She's profound as a wise woman in the community, the conscious community, right? A lot of people. And ironically, she's also the marriage counselor for Jada Pinkett Smith and and Will Smith, right? Who's been in the news a lot lately for their marriage and how phenomenal it is, right?
It's so, a lot. She's already discounted, bro. She's already discounted just by you saying that.
But look, though that's the case, right? And you know, I'll prove the statement I just made. In fact, let's do it right now before the video. So the woman we're going to introduce you to first, right? And this is kind of just to set things off a little bit. Let me see if I could show her without.
How to get that? So head on up.
Man, oh, they're showing this. Let me see. Hold up. All right, that lady right there.
I went on a hill.
Right, this one. This lady is Queen Afua, however you pronounce it, right?
Afua.
AFUA, I think. So Queen Afua, right? It says on the page, she's been Jada's renowned healer for more than 30 years. Queen Mother Womb Wellness reveals 3 important questions on, all the other crap, right? So, in the video, she reveals that she's also like that little marriage counselor and stuff like that, right? And obviously, this is before the whole situation with Will and Jada happens. They just aired it late. So, this lady's also been on SideNet a bunch of times. She's been on the Earn Your Leisure. I forget what the thing is called. The Earn Your Leisure. It's some talk they got with the 19 Keys dude, right? We're gonna play it in a little bit, but she's on that show too, right? And what she's doing, what she's known for, is she's an older woman in the community that's said to be a wise woman, right? She's supposed to know how to treat a man and all this other stuff. And I just want you guys to kind of see the wisdom, right? This being spiritual Egypt, right? She's an Egyptologist. She believes in the laws of Ma'at and all that crazy stuff. But I want you guys to understand and just listen to a little bit of her doctrine when it comes to women and stuff like that. And I want y'all to see how it correlates a lot with what our women were taught before they came into the truth, right? Even though she's Egyptologist, it correlates exactly damn near with what Egypt itself, spiritual Egypt, teaches our women on the day to day, right? So that's the reason we're going to start off with this woman, and we're just going to go from there, right? On what type of example our women are setting for our younger generation, and what type of example our women are setting, period, right? So let me switch this thing out right quick. All right, we got one audio. Okay. All right. So I already got it queued up where I want to get it queued. Make sure y'all got your Bibles, your Apocryphas, Apocrypha Concordance, your pen and your pad, because y'all ladies going to take some notes tonight.
Yo, not this 19 Keys dude.
Yeah, this Negro right here, right? This spiritual idiot. All
19
right.
Keys don't unlock nothing.
Listen to the buffoonery and kahoonery.
Do women have an ego? Because I don't think that society ever deals with the reality. Because we talk about men all the time. You know what I'm saying? We already did that. We go.
And make sure I hit the like button as we come in the building. And just like the brother said, right? Don't nobody get mad or get in their feelings as we going through this lesson tonight. We talk about the men all the time, right? And today we just gonna talk about the women, right? The men still can't get away. They did some stuff the week of Passover that they wasn't supposed to do. Is brothers doing all type of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Am I loud? Can you hear me, Judah? Because if you can't hear me,
you. The video started off a little low and then it did a little crescendo.
Yeah,
so it should be straight.
All right. Yeah. I realized I had to turn that thing up. It seemed a little low. All right, we should be good. Let me see.
We'll go more. But the reality of it is this, though, especially in the way of today's society where women are climbing in the job sector, the business sector, and becoming more successful in the man's world, right? They're at the top of these companies, political positions, and things of that nature. And I know that requires a masculization of self, which also requires an ambition, it requires an ego. But not only the question is twofold, do they have an ego, and what do a feminine narcissism look like?
This is my edging God out or edging the Most High out. It's not about domination of your masculine side or your feminine side.
Right.
It's about bringing them together.
Right.
It's us.
So before I let her just grumble, right? I want y'all to realize what just happened. The brother asked the question, right? He said, one, do women have an ego? Right? Because people don't talk about this enough in society. He talked about narcissism, which, yeah. Let's get this definition right quick, right?
Hey, and if you have it,
right quick, go ahead, Judah.
Yes, if you have it, check out Adawan Yaakov Yah's class last Tuesday on narcissism. Hey, look, man, that joint was cold. Man.
Look, narcissism, right? And this is something both sides of the spectrum deal with a lot in Israel, right? Both men and women in our community have a problem with this, right? But it's a huge thing amongst Black women, per se, in this captivity for some reason, right? Check this out. Narcissism is an extreme self-involvement to the degree that it makes a person ignore the needs of those around them. While everyone may show occasional narcissistic behavior, true narcissists frequently disregard others or their feelings. They also do not understand the effect that their behavior has on other people, right? There's other definitions of this. Let me see.
Hit that one.
Here, personality qualities include thinking very highly of oneself, needing admiration, believing others are inferior, and lacking empathy for others, right? Now, what you realize is there's a lot of sisters in this community, in all communities, including the one that this old lady's in, right? That have these attributes right here. You know what I'm saying? All of them, if any, are not positive, right? So that's something that a lot of our women suffer from. And the brother asked specifically about that question, right? Do women in our community suffer from narcissism, right? Do women have an ego? And what's the first thing that the woman says? It's not about us being able to, separate the masculine from the feminine. It's about us putting them together. She starts off not answering the question, but telling you how it's cool for her to act masculine and it's cool for her to be feminine. And now she's going to go into what that means for her, right? And as she goes into this explanation, I want you guys to see a lot of the knowledge that she's spewing that most people that don't know nothing would think is, superior knowledge. It's actually a lot of the crap that, has our women in a messed up situation now, as far as the way y'all think, how y'all carry yourselves with your husbands and all that type of stuff. It's because you were taught in some retrospect this way of thinking when you were in the world and you haven't completely shut off that old woman yet, right?
So, Lockie, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before you move on, two things I want to address real quick. The sister with the Hebrew name we can't pronounce. She said, "Would a narcissist be considered more repulsive than a proud individual?" It's a little bit of both. But if you go into that class, I don't want Yaakov Yadid, that will answer your question. Make sure you watch that class. The brother Yeshua Yehuda said Deborah was a judge. So can women judge men today? That's not really what this class is about. But I recently got corrected in love by a sister who saw something, was like, "Hey, brother, you might I saw something." And you know what? When I did some self-reflection, I was like, "You know what, sis? You're right. I appreciate that." Right? We can correct each other in love, but check this out. How it has to be done in order. It has to be done in order.
And brothers, it's like folks also got to understand with Debora, right? Debora, she she is a different case. One, she's like appointed by brothers, you know what I'm saying, in a different time period.
Right.
Another thing, there's specific like rulings that have gone out that we're going to talk about today, where like as a woman's not supposed to usurp authority over a man.
Right.
It's mainly because due to our captivity, which Debora didn't have the, unpleasure of suffering. That captivity has done some things to our sisters and our men, right? But today's about the sisters, of course, as we said, right? So that type of thing has done something to the sisters where they don't think the way Debora thought. They don't act the way Debora thought. They don't carry themselves the way Debora carried themselves, right? So it's a totally different dynamic with that. But like the brother said, a woman that is acting in that way, she can correct the brother in love, right? But she's still not supposed to usurp authority over him. There's ways to do it, right? Debora would have known those ways and would have acted in those ways because that's the way she was brought up. Our women are having to be taught that stuff, and a lot of them aren't being taught that stuff. They're being taught the stuff that this old lady's teaching, which is why we're going into this today, right? So, yeah. But like the brother said, that's not really what the class is about. But that, that was just to answer your question. It can be done, but it's not really the dynamic that's, set up today due to our captivities and the things that have happened to us and the trauma that's been passed down. All right. So, but that's what I wanted y'all to get first, right? So the whole question that was asked, she's not going to answer it. That was the bottom line here, right? It's not going to be answered. So just with that understanding now, listen to what's going to be said and see how the narcissism actually comes into play with her actual response while she doesn't answer the question on whether women are narcissists, right? Which is ironic.
She sits on her seat of power, Asar, within you. The masculine side sits on his seat of power within us. We have the right brain. That's the place of creativity and meditation and prayers, intuition. And then we have the left side of us that brings the finance and creates an environment of a home. And that's inside of us. If you don't become sovereign within yourself, then you're just going to recreate the same relationship outside of yourself that is out of balance again. So it's really not the fault of outside. The relationships are all extensions of our consciousness.
So I want you guys to understand the bulk of her knowledge and everything that she's passing on to the woman is about themselves, right? Whereas everything that was passed down to the women in the Bible was to help their family, right? It was to help. That was their main task, to be a help in a pillar of rest, right? Wasn't to help themselves, but to help their family, right? if the Proverb 31 woman is going out to get a field, she's not getting it for herself to acquire something for her oneness. It's for her family, right? To have some land so she can help grow some crops and, plant some stuff and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was for. It wasn't for whatever she's talking about. So, but these days, Babylon, right? Spiritual Egypt is going to teach the women what? Go out, get you a good job. You know what I'm saying? Become a strong, independent black woman. And you find a man that's going to submit to you, right? You become the breadwinner. Make it so that you make so much money he can't control you, right? Because that's what they think control is. It's based off money or something like that. And when a brother do got money, when he do got more money than him and he can't control them that way, then it's not based off control no more. It's based off something else. The goalpost always moves. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it's about. It's not about helping your family. It's about putting yourself in a situation to put you on top, right? She got the right brain and the left brain, like she said. It's about them putting themselves in oneness with their Godhead. Not the Godhead, their Godhead, the man, right? But their Godhead, whatever that is inside them. That's what she's talking about, right?
Hey, Salaki, and to your point, what you just said, let's think about the reality of society. I was just talking to my mother and a couple of brothers about this. When, as young men, when we're coming up, we're taught how a woman is to be treated, right? For example,
that's her son. That's her son.
Hey, that says a lot.
Over Sloan.
But look,
he's at that case too. Sinetta type nigga.
But look, we were taught how a woman is supposed to be treated. Open the door for a woman. Never let a woman touch a door handle, right? When you go on dates, you pay for the date. Oh, that's all good. You know what I'm saying? When you come inside, take her jacket off. When she wants to sit down at the table, pull out her seat. We're taught all of these things. Make sure you take care of a woman. Make sure you do this, then that, and the third. And this is where this mindset comes from, because that's always taught to young boys growing up, and to women when they're little girls coming up. They're taught how the boys are supposed to treat them, but the young brothers are never taught how they're supposed to be treated in the relationship and the role that they have in a relationship or a marriage. They're never taught that. So this is where this, and I don't want to say feminist type of idea comes from, but that's the only word I can think of right now. But this narcissistic type of ideology comes into play, because we're always taught how to treat a woman, and the women is taught how they should be treated, but the women never learn how they should treat the opposite. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, and we gonna have a class coming up called How to Pick a Wife, where we're gonna teach the young brothers that. But go ahead. That was just to your point earlier. That was a good point.
And just to make it clear, right, the reason we're bringing this out is because a lot of our women, right, especially when it comes to getting advice, right, you're getting advice from women that are like this woman, but they got fringes on, right? They're women that might seem like they smart, they might got their stuff together, but they don't really got their stuff together, and the advice they're giving you is actually tearing your home up instead of helping you, right? Some of these women got their own problems, and it's not always old women. Sometimes it's younger women that are, just they've been in the truth longer, and the women that are around their age come in the truth thinking that, hey, you could trust this sister because everybody know her. She been in the truth for a long time, but just the sister not married. She ain't got no man. Ain't never seen her with a brother. And you ain't never wonder why either. You just think, hey, she got her stuff together. She always in the book. She be posting scriptures. She always got the nice dresses on. She posts on Instagram. And then when your wife get advice from her, it's like the worst advice on the planet. It's like, yo, did a woman in the truth give you this advice? She told you that? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look at this comment that I don't want Maya Kai put up.
To
what I just said earlier. He said that example is supposed to come from the mother, but if the house is broken, how can that be accomplished? Hey,
exactly.
Check this out, brothers. This is where you come into play, brothers. This is where we come into play, fathers, right? Teachers. This is where we come into play now, right? You see what I'm saying? We gotta stop that cycle, right? And it all comes from how we are taught from the beginning. And now that we're in the truth, we can break that cycle. I told a brother the other day, when you have a son, the son looks to his father on what a good example of a man is. The daughter looks to the mother for what the good example of a woman is. So if you don't have a good example yourself on what a good woman is, how can your daughter will turn out just like you, right? So shout out to the humble, submissive, you know what I'm saying, feminine sisters, you know what I'm saying, that take this word seriously and are examples for the other sisters, man. We got to shout y'all out because we appreciate y'all. But for the ones that ain't like that, this video is for you. And most high willing, you learn and then apply.
You see? All right. So with that, now that you understand a little bit why we're going into this, I'm gonna let the lady talk some more.
Of our thoughts, of our feelings, of our lack, of our abundance. So if you keep blaming on the outside, you'll always be disempowered. It is to the journey of the rites of passage in the form of sacred woman may heal thyself is medicine. You need your medicine. That's why you're upset. You don't have your proper medicine. People are medicating on drugs, alcohol. They're numbing themselves out as opposed to wakening themselves up in each gateway. So if you start to take, okay, let me heal me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to look at you and my past and what's going on now. I'm going to take time out, not out, but time in. So in the time in, I heal my womb. So I don't have fibroid tumors. I don't have cysts. I don't have chronic bleeding and pain.
Which may be to the attitudes and the mood swings of why she's lashing out on her man because she's
right.
internally
She's got all
suffering.
that sickness.
Right.
So this nigga just said that the woman lashing out at his man, not because she got a bad attitude, not because she wasn't taught manners by her mama, not because she just don't respect niggas because she was taught, to be your own woman and you don't need a man for nothing, right? They just gonna do you dirty and kick you to the side anyway, right? I heard a woman say that to her daughter before. So, like that's what they be taught, right? That ain't why they lashing out on a man. It's because they got tumors and all this type of stuff. What about the woman that don't got that going on? That's still acting like a woman gone wild, right? What about that? What about the Nicki Minaj's and the Meg Thee Stallions and the Cardi B's? You know what I'm saying? And the Lottos, big Lottos. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what about them?
Don't forget her or the Sukianas.
Yeah, the Sukianas, the Coily Rays, all of them, right? What about them niggas? Right? That's what they are. Okay, nigglets. What about them? So, like, it's more oneness. You know what I'm saying? So,
in her womb, she goes into the teachings of that gate. Then she goes into Hootie. What is she saying? For what she's saying is what she is creating. She's creating the environment from even the deadly environment, thinking the thoughts of anger and rage and pain inside. So what is she speaking out into the world? What is she speaking to her children? What is she speaking to her home? Okay. Then she goes in, that's word medicine. That's womb medicine. Then you have food as medicine. And you learn how to eat food. So
right now, she just gave you a bunch of words for that worldly knowledge phrase that they say, all you women love to say in the world. See it, speak it, receive it. That's all she said in a million words.
The garden, so you find your inner peace. You find your inner prosperity. And then you go into movement as medicine. I have developed a form of womb yoga dance, womb ka'ai, where I teach women how to use their bodies to open up and unlock the treasure chest inside of us. How to twerk and unlock the treasure chest. You know what I'm saying? That's what the women do in African spirituality classes. They got this dance called the twerk, but they don't call it the twerk. They call it whatever she called it, the kumbaya walla, or whatever she said. And then they, open up the treasure chest. So we get unstuck, and that's our medicine. And then we go to our inner child. So it ain't again, it don't have nothing to do with how they was raised. They don't have nothing to do with just, lack of respect or them just needing to learn that a soft answer turneth away wrath. You know what I'm saying? Or that, a woman's lips should keep the law of kindness. You know what I'm saying? Just simple things like that could be taught to a woman. But she didn't say none of that crap. She said oneness. And I teach a dance called the Kumbalala Walla Kala Walla. And it'll help you open up your treasure chest to, open up your oneness with your man mind and your female mind. And you put them together and you get woo-ha. Like all that stuff she said. That's the type of stuff that women in the world gravitate to, though, right? Y'all like that. For real. And it's the same type of thing when y'all come into the truth. The woman who talks like this woman that got the fringes on, whether she knows what she's talking about or not, y'all listen to that woman. Just because she sound like she knows what she's talking about. She looked like she got her stuff together. She ain't married. She ain't with her husband. She's with her son. She dressed him in that ugly flower flannel sweatshirt the brother got on.
Okay. I mean, in the stance that he's sitting in, He just looked like he's thinking about something zesty.
And when you hear him talk, you're gonna see the type of man that she raised. That's why I ain't let her stop yet, because he's gonna speak in a minute, right? But I want you guys to understand this is the type of example these type of women will set, and then we're gonna, set it into an Israelite aspect. But I just want y'all to get this is the knowledge that Babylon would have you get, that Egypt would have you get, right? And this literally from Egypt.
Out this medicine, because beauty is not just out. Beauty is from within. But if you're so angry from the little 7-year-old girl who might have suffered by the hand slap or curse or yell or incest, you go into a teenager, still sick, and an adult woman. So you go into an inner child, so you can tap into your true beauty. And from gateway to gateway of finding Ma'at, of waking up that second power of healing, of tapping into your power, and using your meditation to see your vision and make it a reality.
Tapping into your segment, your city of power, your mind, your third eye, your raw, your woo-ha, all of that. I could have went on, but I'm not. I'm gonna stop. That's what she's talking about, right? Ain't said nothing about, doing stuff good for your family, your civilization, being able to raise up your people. It's all about you, right? And when brothers meet you and you come into the truth, they be wondering why it's all you, and they don't know that the older women y'all are learning from talk like this lady.
I knew somebody was gonna do it. I was waiting on it.
Woo-ha! Yeah, bro. That's my song. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but those are my first words. But I'm talking about not woo-ha. But but like women like this, that's literally who y'all be learning from. And y'all don't really think of whether the woman, knows what she's talking about. Y'all didn't go through any trying process, none of that, right? And we got scriptures to prove to y'all how y'all should have did to not fall into the hands of a woman like this, right? No matter what the age is, because it's not just the old women, it's younger women too. But like I said, the point of me allowing her to continue to talk, like I'm about to in a minute, is to let y'all see the retardation of worldly knowledge, right? But how good it sounds. Because I'm sure some of y'all, if I just let this play, y'all be like, damn, yeah, she said some good things, right? But then when you sit back and think about it, nothing she said means a damn thing. It didn't mean anything. Nothing.
To coming out of the mud of Nefertum, out of the mud through fasting, cleansing, washing, you come out of the mud. I don't think you're pole dancer. You're working in clubs. You're cursing people out. You're on drugs. It's okay.
Yeah, she don't care if you're a pole dancer. You're cussing people out. You're on drugs. You crack cocaine. You're slapping your kids. You're cussing people out on the street. You're just talking too loud on the phone. Bye, Iran. You do all that mess. Walking around with blonde hair in your head and you're butt naked on the street. You know what I'm saying? She don't care about all that. She ain't worried about that. Cause you're in the beginning of your stage, right? And soon you're gonna be pulling yourself out of the mud into the tomb of Ma'at or whatever she said, right? A worldly woman would just say, well, she's just yearning. She's young, She's gonna get it one day. That's what your grandma say, right? She's just young. Same knowledge, just a little bit more words, right? It's that worldly stuff. We're supposed to come away from that. That's not the same knowledge you're supposed to be given. It's supposed to have something to do with the scriptures, As a woman, when a woman comes to you for advice, you become her priest, right? And the priest, like the people should seek the law at the priest's lips. You should be trying to give us something that reverts back to the Bible, not just your own worldly knowledge. When you give your worldly knowledge, you sound like this lady right here, right? And then the sister gonna be looking at you like this nigga. Like, what is she talking about? What is this? You see his face? He's confused, just like we are. He just can't say it. He's confused.
You're going to purge and wash. You're going to come up to the top of that where you're going to what? Blossom. And then you just keep going until you get into Meshkinet. And you hold on to your bricks. And then you bear down and you birth yourself. And yourself will bring you your wealth. So going...
I missed that, but it didn't sound right. And because she said yourself will bring you your wealth, right? And then
from gateway to gateway to gateway.
And then it revolves from gateway to gateway to gateway. So from gateway to gateway to gateway, you be about yourself. You're not going to be about the other people, right? So that means whatever type of advice you're gonna give, it's gonna be for yourself. It's not really gonna be to help that other sister.
This lady just said, this lady said you bring yourself to Mesh Kadesh and you birth yourself.
Birth yourself, yeah, because you become your own God. It's about you. Ain't that what it is in the world? You your own woman. You don't need a man for
this. This is the equivalent of Christians.
Women can have babies by themselves. Birth the long gland.
Oh yes, the asexual and all that.
The black woman is God. She births everybody. The white woman comes from her. The black woman comes from her. The Asian man, the white man, and then everybody can get it. No, I'm playing. But
hey, this is self-worship. Exactly.
That's what it is.
This is exactly what this is.
But you'd be surprised how many sisters still kind of got this same demeanor when they in the truth. Right? That's what it is. So I'm bringing this out so y'all can see, right? Even though she's bringing it from a Egyptian standpoint, right? As we go into the lesson, y'all are going to see how we bring it back around. But this is just to show you, this is worldly knowledge, right? A lot of y'all are still giving worldly knowledge in the truth. And you sound like this woman. Once the brother that the girl goes home to, that you get advice to, here's the advice. It's like, damn, she told you that. Now the brother start looking at you like this lady right here. I'm looking at you like 19 Keys is looking at her right now.
19 Keys is like, what?
Like, bro, what is it?
That is how you become a whole woman. And it's become a whole
That is how you become a whole woman, by just doing you. Right? Whereas Proverbs 31 is saying you become a whole woman by doing what's right for your family. The you're supposed to become is supposed to be a woman that's virtuous to her family. Right? Not herself.
Salakia. Can I get a precept already?
Oh, man. I wanted them to let it. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I can get it.
No, let's filter in some Bible, because this burnt orange speaking woman is going to hurt somebody's ears. We got to let some scriptures come out. The man ain't even talk yet. So
right. I'm gonna go right to Titus.
She only spoke for 3 minutes, bro. This is just 3 minutes. I was supposed to let her talk for 10.
I'm gonna go right to Titus. I'm going right there.
No, you gotta hold that, man. You can't.
I knew you was gonna make me do it.
Yeah, nah, you can't think of that. Yeah, exactly. She's teaching selfishness, right? You'd be surprised how many other women teach selfishness, but they think that they're giving good advice, right? That's the point. I'm glad one of y'all said it, right? She's teaching selfishness. A lot of y'all give what y'all think is biblical advice, but really it's just stuff wrapped up in what you thought was the Bible, and ain't no scripture to prove nothing you said.
Hey, Salakia. I'm gonna say something though. Contrary to popular belief, our sisters, and not all of them, these sisters that come into the truth and actually listen, hear, learn, and apply, they understand what I'm about to say. So, sisters, if you understand what I'm about to say, put it in the chat, right? Or if you agree. She is teaching women how to be a strong, independent woman, black woman, right? Now watch this. You can tell me what that said, because I can't. Right? She's teaching women how to be a strong, independent black woman, right? But guess what? Yes, we have strong women in our community, right? But you don't have to be strong on this level. You don't have to be. Our women don't have to be.
Debora was strong. She wasn't telling nobody this.
Right. Bro.
That's
called to be feminine, bro. Y'all called to be feminine, submissive to your husbands. The man is supposed to be, you have a calling and you have a lane. And when you operate in your lane and your man operates in his lane, you don't have to do all of this. Just imagine if this was the truth, how confusing it would be to understand. Okay, Khan, right? Just imagine how confusing it would be. Okay, I have to come into Miss Pakesh Kadesh, whatever the hell she said, into whatever BS she just said. You listen to all that, and then you got to be like, damn, how do I do that? Instead of going to the scriptures and reading the righteous examples of women that the brothers wrote and the stories of the sisters, and then say, I'm going to do that. You see how confusing it is for you to have to listen to that and figure out what that is. What is so you have to come into Mes Pakesh Kadesh and then birth yourself, and then I load up the bricks, and then I become my own. What?
Hold up, what the sister said, right? That's what you think now, because you in the truth. You in the world, though?
Hey, Chad Water, you blocked. We're blocking you from the channel.
Wait. What Chad? Wait.
Nah,
okay,
I couldn't leave that up there.
What'd he say?
You would never say that about no sister on this channel ever. Now you blocked.
What'd he say? I didn't hear it. What'd he say?
I will have to text you that, brother.
Okay. Oh, it was like that.
Yeah, it was like that.
Okay, yeah. He sounded like an Edomite anyway. Was he Edomite?
It looked like he was a Jake.
Chad Warden sounded like an Edomite name.
Now he had a Jake picture.
He might have had a Jake picture. All right. Anyway, sister, right? What we saying is that's the way sisters in the truth think now. But in the world, you weren't thinking like that. And it's a lot of sisters that still, when they come in the truth, they still have problems with that thought process. You know what I'm saying? They like what this type sister's saying. And it's still sisters in the truth that teach what this type sister's saying, right? And there's sisters that don't really go to the extreme of this sister, but they still aren't giving advice that's biblical. They're not giving advice that's actually going to help the sisters that they're trying to give advice to. And it's simply because they're not going back to the scriptures to consult them when they're giving the advice. They're just giving them advice based off whatever they feel. You know what I'm saying? Whatever their worldly thoughts was. And they're probably not realizing that it's just their worldly thoughts that they're speaking. And the sister that they're giving the advice to isn't thinking that either. So she goes back and she, reacts to the advice. And it ends up being the wrong, outcome that she wanted because it wasn't good advice. It wasn't sound, right? So that's the reason we're showing you this lady. We're showing you what the effects of non-sound advice is. Just when you can see it from a standpoint of, a non-biased standpoint. This being a lady from the Kemetic faith, right? I knew y'all weren't going to understand a damn thing she's saying anyway. But it's just to show you we can still work around everything that she's saying and put it back to a worldly standpoint, right? Same way that the things that y'all be saying as sisters, we could revert back to a worldly standpoint to prove that it's not advice that you should have been given in the first place. And that's what we're going to get into once we finish this segment, right? But I want to get to, Baldy talking and stuff.
Attract a whole man. You'll attract whole, healthier children, because all your children, what I learned about children is that they're all the same.
A woman can only attract a whole man if a man is working on becoming whole.
But she'll also identify if he's not whole because she can recognize.
Well, I wanted to emphasize that point. Yeah, because there's a lot of brothers that who are attracted to women who are doing their sacred work, but they're not necessarily trying to do the transformation. So they attract them, and women, the ability to read a man, can probably see something in him that can be blossomed one day. Hence, if he does the work,
Right.
So they'll come together in a union based upon what she thinks could be a possibility, not to say where he may physically be, mentally, emotionally be. So they engage. So he's attracted to her because he says, "But this woman is dynamic, phenomenal in a culture.
Right.
She comes from the nation. She comes from a sacred woman. So he's already attracted to that, not knowing that really, if he's willing to do his work, she's a reflection of him. She is that other side of the polarity. Okay.
So I have a question directly related to that.
Now, what he said there wasn't all the way wrong, right? Sound good. But I'm going to let him, yeah, he's stuck on fun. I'm going to let him talk a little bit more, right? And when y'all see the next thing he say, the very next thing he's going to say is going to explain to you exactly what he meant and what standpoint. Because what he just said there sounded like he was coming from a masculine standpoint, right? But once you hear what he says next, you realize that whole statement he made was really feminism, just in a masculine way, which is weird. It's weird that they could do that nowadays. It's really weird.
Submission, right? Where does submission come into play for the masculine and feminine? Because I know that this probably is another huge issue nowadays is women either don't believe in submission or don't know how to, right? And men don't believe in submission, but also don't know when they should submit. You understand me? Or even if they should ever submit. So
this is a good question that the brother asked, right? To an extent. An Israelite man wouldn't say anything about a man submitting to a woman. He would say when to maybe listen, but not the word submit, right? Because that's not manly to submit to a woman if you're a man. But so that just shows you where the Nation of Islam goes, where they think about things like that. But also, the brother did ask the question of, submission, and that, some women don't think they should submit to a man and all that type of stuff, right? So I want you guys to watch again how this question gets answered by these two master philosophers, woman and son.
What is your take on
I
submission?
think God. It has to be the Most High. It has to be Allah. It has to be Inter. It has to be God. It has to be Jehovah.
Has to be Allah, has to be God, has to be Neter, has to be God, has to be Neter, has to be Jehovah.
Whoa.
He said God, Neter, Allah, Neter, Jehovah.
Whoa.
Okay, whoa, yeah. Already going off. Okay, what are you going to say next?
The submission, right? If I know that
Mind you, the brother asked, what do women think about submission? And then he asked, do brothers know if they should submit at all or when to submit? Watch what this nigga says. Watch.
a woman is hosting the goddess head.
Come on.
I'm submitting.
That's all.
What happens when the queen knights the warrior? He gets on his knees. She takes that sword and she knights him into his deployment to go defend the kingdom.
Is the queen supposed to knight a warrior, or is the king supposed to knight a warrior?
That's what I'm saying. I ain't never seen that in no movie.
Me neither. But you know why he's thinking of the queen? And now you see where the whole last statement he made comes from, right? And you see what type of woman birthed him, right? So you see what type of kids he's going to birth, right? More bald niggas with no... Yeah, but... So, you know, that's what the brother's going to birth. Soft brothers. Brothers that have a feminine type of demeanor in a way of thinking, right? Doctrine, if you will, as opposed to a manly doctrine, right? His first statement about whether a man or whether women believe in submission is an example that doesn't exist of a woman making men submit. He reverse psychology the question in a Fruit of Islam 751% way. Whatever they call 5%ers, right? In a 5% way. That's what he did. So, I mean, I just wanted y'all to let him, you know, we'll hear him talk, hear what he was going to say next, so we can move to the next segment. Just to show you, even the men that come from these women, right, that don't learn the sound advice of the scriptures, you can end up raising not in the way he should, raising a child not in the way he should go, right? He was a terrible rapper, and now we see he doesn't know much about philosophy either. He's bad at teaching people too. His mom just messed him up, man. He's bad at everything.
Submitting to the majesty of God, the Godhead in her. So
the Godhead in her. He submitted to the majesty of the Godhead in her. That's what he's taught by his mom, right? And the fact of the matter is, a lot of you women, to bring it back home, right, in your households, even in the truth, would like the man to submit to the so-called Godhead in you, but the brothers ain't doing that. So it been fights in the house. You know why Paul had to put things in the scriptures like women, you aren't to usurp authority over the man? Because there's no new thing over the sun. He was hearing word of women trying to usurp authority over their men. You know what I'm saying? You know why he had to put scriptures like the one in Titus that the brother gonna read in a little bit about how the older women should teach and be a good example to the younger women? It's because there's no new thing under the sun. There was old ass women like this teaching stupid stuff like she just taught, raising up stupid kids like we just saw she has.
Hey, bro, this shows you that the Bible is so simple in its instructions. We do not have to go to this far of a damn concept to figure out how a woman is to be a woman and a man is to be a man, and for people to coexist. It's not this hard. We do not have to align our chakras and then conjure the Kundalini energy and then go to find the bricks of ourselves and birth ourselves to become we don't have to do all of that. We have to seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. That's it. This is crazy. This is freaking ridiculous, bro.
This is Eve.
Bro,
This is Eve.
This is making me mad, bro.
You gotta accept it. This is Eve.
My question is this, though, brother. My question is this, though. How the hell? No, better question. Could his father have been in his life with that type of woman? I don't think.
What?
Huh?
Could his what?
His father be in his life with that type of woman?
Could his father be in his wife with? I don't know. I don't know if his father's in his life. If he is, he's probably not with his mama. I ain't never seen him with a man ever.
Right. Only women like. Guess what?
Queen Afua husband. You can't find it.
Guess what? Watch this.
Daddy, whatever his name is, can't find it.
Watch this.
Damn, did she use her Bartholin gland to birth him?
She birthed herself so she could birth him. Remember that? Hold on, I don't want. Check this out. My rib don't got to go through all of that to be a woman. She don't have to worry about all of that to be strong. She don't have to be all that. Your wife don't have to be all
she got to do it, right? That's the queen.
What does queen mean? Why don't we call our women queens? We call them princesses because queen. Never mind.
Yeah, no, we can go into that. If we go into the etymology of the word queen, right, which is the spirit that this woman was in, it's a whore, right? A harlot, if you will. That type of woman is all for herself, right? She's all about her game. She's all about making herself look good. She don't care about her family and the well-being of others around her, right? It's all her. That's a queen. So, I'm just saying that's what it is, right? So we don't want no queens on us, and we don't want no queens giving our women advice, right?
We don't need no prostitutes giving our women advice.
In fact, before you read Titus, give me Job 32:9. Let's start with that.
Okay, Salaki, hold on real quick. You said Job 32:9.
And don't worry, we're gonna get to the women teaching and everything like that too, because y'all can't get away. You female teachers, the ones that don't be teaching women but be teaching everybody. And then when you go on the page, the stuff they teaching ain't even right.
Oh my Lord.
Can't do that, ladies. Because it ain't anything under the sun. That's why Paul said what he said.
This is the book of Job.
4 viewers, all praises. Look at that.
All praises to the Most High. 144K. We got to keep it there. Make sure you like the video when you come into the building, Bobby.
No, let me stop. I was going to say, don't nobody else come in here. Go ahead.
All right, this is the book of Job, chapter 32, verse 9. Great men are not always wise, neither do the aged understand judgment.
So great women and men are not always wise, neither do the aged always understand judgment, right? So women like her that have gotten praise for giving the non-sound advice that she's been given for 30 years, right? As we saw, Jada Pinkett Smith did say she's been giving her advice for 30 years, right? She been with Will about that long, because that's about as long as my parents been together. They the same age, you know what I'm saying? And my dad kind of looked like Will Smith. But anyway, so yeah, but like they the same age and everything, and their relationship since it's come out in the last couple of years has been messed up basically the whole time, right? And who's the woman that's been giving them advice? Queen Dingaling, right? So that's what we have to understand. The proof is in the pudding. She's known by her fruit, right? We just seen one of her fruits slap the crap out of a brother that made a joke about his wife. A comedian.
He laughed at him.
Made a joke, and she laughed about it. He laughed about it, and then she slapped it. She looked like, really, it ain't that funny. He says, all right, you're right. Queen of Fools said, I need to take charge and defend my wife.
Right.
Queen of Fools said, I need to be the protector.
Hey, but then the same woman doggone complains about him protecting her. Narcissist.
You see what I'm saying? It's all about her. That's what she's taught. You see the proof. She ain't never liked him. She been in love with Tupac or whatever, right? She wish she never was married. The thing came out where he spent like 5 years or 7 years, something like that, making a birthday party for her, and she said F you at the birthday or some stuff like that, right? Said it was all a extreme show of him being selfish or something like
ego.
That. Yeah, his ego, right? And then he agreed with it.
He's an
'Cause
idiot.
that's what women like that make you do. They make you become a simp. You know what I'm saying? Because you end up fighting so much for their love and their admiration and stuff like that. That narcissism, right? You fighting for them, or you fighting for something for them to give you that they only have for themselves. That's what we read the definition of narcissism, right? They don't have those feelings for other people. So that's what it is. But you see the reason why all that happened, and you see the person they're getting advice from. Thou sayest. They said it, right? It's from this lady. And we've seen firsthand now the type of advice that she gives, right? So to bring it back home now, a lot of this isn't the truth. Y'all have to be trying the people that y'all are getting advice from, right? If she's not a person that's known for giving sound advice, you probably shouldn't be just going to her because she got a husband and she's married or whatever, and it looked like everything's good. Because you don't know what it's like at the crib.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So everything she tell you might be things she's wanted to try, but she ain't been able to try yet. And then the thing, once she's just standing back and you the experiment, you the guinea pig. She gonna let it work, work or not work on you. And if it don't work, oh well, at least I ain't do that.
Hey, Salaki.
And you the one that ended up suffering the consequences in your home, right? Go ahead.
There you go. I say this all the time. My rib, guess what? My rib is not allowed to get marriage advice for somebody who's not married.
Sis.
Hey,
See?
Look, my rib is not allowed to get marriage advice from non-married women. And when what am I saying? We got like Eliel's parents, like my parents, married for years, and sometimes even then, you can't get marriage advice from them.
No,
it has to be from good, sound, biblical marriages, right? That's who you get marriage.
Most of the time, yes, but sometimes no.
Right. That's who you get marriage advice from. Because a lot of times people will put their insecurities and their problems on you. And when you're listening to the miserable, or you're listening to the single or the selfish, right? You'll be the next single one. Your mess won't work. That's why we have to seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. And if the advice is not matched up by the scriptures, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. That's the problem. That's the problem. Quit getting advice from your friends just because you like them. Get sound advice, man.
Unless they known for giving sound advice. Give me Titus 2 now.
Unless they're going to give you the real. That's really what it is. Whether you like it, understand it, believe it or not.
And I'm going to be straight with you, right? Tonight, since we've gotten past the segment part, the Kemet part and all that mess, we're going to tell it to you straight now, right? Now we're going to be 100% real with you because now we're bringing it back to our people.
That's
not
right.
the dogs amongst our people and stuff. You feel me? So, yeah, Titus 2 and 3, right? And this isn't, again, just for the older sisters. This is for regular age sisters too, young age sisters, very young sisters, whatever it is, right? Like, everybody needs to get this because it be y'all giving bad advice to people too. You sisters that's my age, that been in the truth for 5 years, giving advice to sisters that just came into the truth, maybe just got with their husband, right? Your husband's a simp and, you just was with him before he came into the truth. So you get to toss him around and treat him however you want. And you giving the sisters advice like they could do that to their husbands. But when they go home, their husband's not a simp.
Exactly.
And she ain't gonna do that to him. So that's the problem, right? You gave her not right advice. It wasn't biblical advice. And now she's in a situation where she's trying to figure out, damn. Now you put her in a situation where she has to think, right? Because Israel required the sign, right? Unfortunately. Eve their relationship's great. And that's all she think about. Their relationship's great. They don't seem to have any problems. She don't know what's really going on at the house. All she sees is what she see, right? Their relationship's great. They don't have any problems. But really, she don't know the dude's a simp.
That's why they don't got no problem.
The crib, that's why they ain't got no problems. He ain't standing up for himself. She's no, all that mess. I said I don't want to do it. No, and right. And when you try to do a junk at your house, your husband's like, and then you thinking, oh, he's being a roaring lion. No, he's doing what her husband ain't doing that he should have been did a long time ago. Correct her, right? We just not gonna let you do that here. You ain't doing that over here. It ain't happening, right? It's that type of thing. And I've seen it happen. I've seen brothers have come to me, bro. My rib got advice from such and such. Bro, like how this woman She been married for 30 years and bruh, you can't base it off that.
Hey, dog, what the brother just said to y'all is the realest thing up. And look what his sister just said, a leader of a... Now, I'm glad she didn't put any names because we can't verify.
Please don't do that. If you're going to put an example that happened to you, don't say no names. Don't put no
Right,
people.
She didn't.
Be subliminal, because we're not trying to have no problems with our sisters. This is an open rebuke, but not a personal rebuke. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. No, we're not trying to have no problems with our brothers in camps because we can't verify this information. But the sister said somebody told her to ignore her husband to teach him a lesson, and she said it totally backfired. I'm telling you now, right? Brothers, you know what I'm saying? I'm one of the brothers that you can talk to, right? So a brother come up to me saying something about anything, that's right. A brother comes up to me saying, you know, talking about anything that they might be having going on as far as their woman is concerned. I always say this: the way I handle mine in my household may not be the way you can, because we have two different personality types. But there comes a time where you have to stand up. You got to do that, right? And we got to teach our women, and that's another thing that's the story for another day. Teachers, but the women have to be moldable. You have to be able to be being. What did we go over earlier in the chat, Elia? We saw the post where it said a man that is not worthy to be submitted to should not be submitted to. These are posts where women are talking about married.
That's what I need to pull up.
Watch this though. These are posts talking about married women. Question: how are you married to a man that's not worthy of being submitted to? How do you have children with a man that's not worthy to be submitted to? Right? But you can submit to that man in the bedroom. When it's time to go to bed, you submit to that man. But when it's time for him to make a decision, you ain't gonna submit to him. You're not gonna tell me what to do, nigga.
All right, check it out. Look, it's perfect. It's perfect, right? Look. What did the bald nigga say? That was on camera a minute ago, right? That a woman shouldn't submit to a man that has no purpose, right? Or no mission. That's what he said, no mission, right? A man that's not on a mission. That's a man that's not on a mission to get better or whatever like that. A woman shouldn't submit to. And then he went to, once the actual submission question came out, he literally said, you know, like how the queen knights and that never happened. I ain't never seen the queen, even the old queen, the one that might be dead right now. I ain't never, ever seen her knight anybody, ever, in my life. If it's happened, please send me the video. But I never seen it, right? So it's like, but the sister said, no mission, no submission. Ain't that what this damn commission terrible rap nigga just said that he learned from his mama, right? If the man ain't got a mission, you can't follow him. Well, if the man just came into the truth, don't that mean the Most High just put him on a mission? Ain't that what that mean?
Hey.
Well, he woke himself up by his own volition, by the Godhead within him. It's the God in him. No, that's not in the Bible. That's some stuff Juanito Bynum singing right now, right? That's not in the Bible, though. You feel me? That's Kemet. That ain't what we talk about. He says no mission, no submission. Men who have no mission in life should not get your submission. What advice is that? She's in the truth. Isn't every woman she's talking to supposed to be getting with a brother in the truth, which would mean he got a mission? So who are they not submitting to? Now, if you ask me, just my opinion. No, I ain't gonna say that. I was gonna get on you keyboardites, but y'all on some type of mission to get on our nerves. And the Most High put you on that mission. So I can't, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They got a mission too. So even if your husband's a keyboardite, you still got to submit to him. It is what it is. You can't listen to stuff like this. This is not sound advice. Straight up. Right? I'm glad you reminded me of that, because I damn sure forgot that the woman even said that in our community. That has a book coming out on submission and how to be a woman in Israel, virtuous woman at that, right? Yeah. How to be a virtuous woman. You got a book coming out, but your post says that. What about the book with the lady that says polygyny debunked by God himself? Y'all seen that book? Denise Walker, Denise Moses. Right?
She's trying to lead y'all back to Egypt.
Reverse Exodus. Get Titus, bro. Goodness gracious.
Come on, this is a book of oh shoot, I don't turn from it. Salaki.
Oh yeah, get them likes up, y'all. Stop playing. I know y'all don't like this, Eve, but you gonna have to learn to like it.
Hey, because guess what? We're not talking to the righteous sisters who study their word and submit to their own husbands and are moldable and teach. We're not talking to you.
No,
somebody needs to
giving
hear
them bad advice.
Right. Somebody needs to hear this. You see what I'm saying?
We talking to the ones that ain't getting no advice, that's at home just being a roaring lion to their husband. How about that?
Hey, if it doesn't apply, let it
some
fly.
of y'all be talking like y'all got beards, and the Most High actually got them growing in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Keep playing.
Ooh, this is the book of Titus.
You like that lady at Walmart.
Whoa, the greedy lady. This is the book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 3. The aged women likewise, that they behave in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers, not given to too much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the teachers of good things.
No, teachers of, no mission, no submission. If he ain't on a mission, then you shouldn't submit.
Teachers of good things.
Teachers of good things. No, you should go out and get the stuff for your house. You should be a virtuous woman for yourself. You should be with the oneness of your right brain and your left brain and accept the God in you.
Teachers of good things.
What's the good things? Where do good things come from? Somebody put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Where do good things come from? What is good? Who is good? And where are his words? Explain that to me. The brother said, Allah, Jehovah, Netzer, Jehovah, whatever he said, right? And they mentioned nothing Jehovah said, him or his mama. Right? The scriptures, right? That's right. The word. Feel me? The Most High. That's who. That's what, right? So, I mean, if the good that you're teaching, that you're giving advice from, isn't coming from scriptures like we're going to bring out in a second, then you probably gave some bad advice. Just saying. If it came from up here, the thing that's deceitfully wicked,
all things,
then you probably just messed the sister up. She might not be married tomorrow. Because you just gave us some stuff that ain't going to, it's just going to make a husband look at her like, damn, who are you? I married your ass. Right? And if she don't realize that she got not good advice, unsound advice, then she continues to move that way and it gets worse. You know what I'm saying? So we're like, she don't know how to move with no man. She sees that you're, doing like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? I'm self-taught. I'm taught by the Spirit. Don't submit to no man but Christ.
Hey, the sister who came to camp before you got there Saturday.
Yeah, the 144,000 alike.
This sister said she was part of the 144,000. My man is Christ.
Bring her back up in like 20 minutes when we get these scriptures right here.
Hey, here you go. Here you go. The Most High
is my husband. Yeah.
Most High don't want you.
Sure don't.
And you ain't keeping no laws. You ain't submissive to your husband. He told you to be submissive to your husband.
Yeah, bro.
Come on, man. Let's keep reading. Titus.
He didn't say I'm your husband either. He didn't say submit to me for I'm your husband. He didn't say that. he told Israel turn back, because he's married unto us as a people. But he didn't say to you yourself, LaQuisha, come back. I'm your husband.
He said submit to your husband as unto the Lord. That's what he said. If you're submitting to your husband and keeping the laws, you're submitting to God because you're doing what God told you to do. But if you call yourself submitting to God, but you're not submitting to your husband, you're not submitting to God.
Facts.
Simple. Titus 2:4.
Yeah, read the 5.
That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed. Now, why did he put that there?
Because there's no new thing under the sun. And some of y'all ain't been obedient to your husbands, and the world be blasphemed when you're not listening to your husband. Because the whole reason you was here is to help and be a pillar of rest to your husband. He told you in Corinthians. Let's get that. Let's get that. Just because, since we talking about the advice, right? Might as well get on the way that y'all handle the advice. If you got advice from a sister, and the advice was something that doesn't have to do with you being in a submissive state while you're following the advice that she gave you, then, or if you can't stay in a submissive state while following the advice that she gave you, it was bad advice. If it's gonna cause you to raise your voice and talk in a way that's, you know, not gonna be good with your husband, it was not sound advice. If it's gonna tell you to act a certain way that you know he wouldn't like, it wasn't sound advice. If it's gonna make you do something out of the character that the Most High would have you be in, it wasn't sound advice.
My question is this: if you get that advice to ignore your husband or to talk back to your husband and let him know what you're not gonna do, right? If that's the advice you get from another sister, but your husband ain't a simp, and you get home and try it and it don't work, what do you do now? What do you do now? You back to the drawing board because it wasn't sound advice. Come on, man.
Let's get 1 Corinthians 11:3. Let's just start there. Because the sisters just say a lot about the Godhead, you know, and then we'll get back to the advice thing. But this is something that always got to be brought out when we bring out this stuff about the sisters, because, you know, some of y'all still be like you don't understand this. And I think part of it be because y'all do get advice from sisters that don't understand this.
Right. Here we go. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God.
See? The head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. And the head of the man is Christ, right? You're not the head of the man. In Israel, you don't have a God head, except for the God that is your head, which is the man, right? He has a God that is his head, which is Christ. And then Christ has the Most High God as his head, right? As in you just the woman. There's no Godhead in you. That ain't what we teach, right? It's not. I'm sorry. It's not what we teach. It's not. You can say you're a God. You can liken yourself to the people in Psalm 82 and 6, but, you know, the scriptures say he set the mark on the men that sigh and cry. Kill all the babies, the children, the little ones, but don't touch the men. We're going to bring it out later, right? So it's about the brothers from that aspect. You know what I'm saying? But what y'all are here for is what the brothers going to bring out in just a minute. Give me verse 8.
Come on, verse 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man.
Uh-huh.
Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
See, the woman wasn't put here to teach the man anything. She was created for the man, to help him, right? There could be things that she helps him with. There could be things that she ministers to him with, gives him sound advice on, right? But as far as her usurping any type of authority over him in any type of way, other than something he permitted, it's not biblical. It's not what we're supposed to do. That's not what you're here for, because you're created for him, right?
That's right.
That's just what we had to put out.
Let's think about this in 1 Corinthians 11:3 real quick. This is an order. This is a chain of command, right? When you're in the army, you have a chain of command, right? I don't know the order of it, but you might have a damn colonel, then the general, then the sergeant. Let's say that's what it is. What if the sergeant said, you know what? I'm equal to the colonel. What if he did that? Now, will everything move fluently?
No.
That's what our sisters that choose not to listen, that don't listen and hear, and they still have this feminist mindset from the world. Oh, I'm not gonna have no man controlling me. This is why your relationship.
We should be equal in the household. We should be equal. It should be man and woman and woman.
Right.
You know,
50-50, all that, right? This is why your relationships don't work and you're never happy. I'm telling you straight, because God gave us a chain of command and an order. If the man is doing his job and the woman is doing his job, the children are going to do their job. Slocky. And the woman is doing her job. Slocky. The kids are going to do their job. Everything's going to run like a well-oiled machine. But when one tries to take the job or the role of the other, now things are going to clash and something is not going to get done. The problem is we don't accept our role. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it real. Just like we're talking about sisters not wanting to accept their roles, there's brothers not trying to accept their roles. There's dumb brothers thinking you're being a simp and you're being used providing for your family. That's not operating in your role, and the machine is not rolling well. You see what I'm saying? Right? We have to operate on our role. Stay in your lane. Right? I say this all the time, Israel. You want to be the head. You want to be in charge. But when somebody run up in this house, I'm going to hide behind you then. I'm going to hide behind you when somebody break in the house then. Right? Are you cool with that? I ask all the time, are you cool with that, sister? They always say no. So why do you think you're going to be the head over me?
Yeah. Can you picture Judah running by?
my woman this tall. It ain't going to work. It's a wrap.
Y'all ain't cool with that. So why we can't be the head in every other situation, but we supposed to be the head there? That's what Africa teaches, though, right? And all them black feminists and stuff, right? The man just supposed to be the protector. Everything else supposed to be from the woman. That's what the lady said on the camera. She said that. She said, I have the left brain, which is supposed to give me my femininity and my intuition. I got the right brain, which allows me to do finance and stuff. Nigga, what? I got a left and a right brain, too. I got intuition. When the cop around the corner and I can't see him, and I'd be like, my brain tell me, hey, you should probably slow down. There might be a police over there. And then I come around the corner and the cop's sitting there with his gun out, trying to catch somebody. That was my intuition, right?
Hey, let me answer this real quick.
Good.
The sister Emily said, what happens when the woman is submissive to her husband and doing what she's supposed to do, but first the husband is not in the truth, plus he cheats on her once a year. Okay, now, wait, I got you. I already know you about to go. Number one, I already know where you was going. Number one, keep doing what you're supposed to be doing because you're doing your job as it pertains to what the Most High set up for you. Number two, we have to master the concept of cheating. Now, we know he's not in the truth, so he's not doing it he's not doing things righteously. He's doing things for lust's sake. We will admit that. Number two, email the camp at SOTIsraelites@gmail.com and bring your husband on, most high willing. If it's get his permission to do a counsel, you know what I'm saying, and sit down, you know what I'm saying, with the elders, and we can counsel that situation, right? That's hard. Now she kept going as to say sometimes even put his hands on her, but yet she doesn't want to lose her marriage, leave her husband. We teach as a camp, if a man is putting his hands on you, exit the situation. What am I saying? We saying to file for a divorce? We're not saying that. We're saying get yourself out of harm's way. Don't be a fool. The Bible says the prudent perceive the evil and hideth himself, but the evil runneth into mischief. Don't die trying to be the poster child for a good wife. Don't do that. Exit the situation.
Don't be over righteous that thou destroy thyself.
Don't destroy yourself. Exit the situation, and then we can work from there. But I suggest that if that is anybody's situation, send us an email, SOTIsraelites@gmail.com, so you can get counsel on the situation.
But yeah, let's try to bring the brother into the truth too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That was the point.
Yeah, so that's what I would say. But yeah, do what the brother said, and we can see if we can help you any further, because that's a pretty specific situation right there. You know what I'm saying? But sheesh. Yeah, that kind of threw me off a little bit. All right.
These type of classes, these questions come about.
Oh, Liz. Goodness gracious. That was early, though. I thought we was going to make it past the sound advice part for y'all start doing that. No, it's all good. Give me Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and 6. But yeah, it says, do what he said. Email the camp. If you can see the email, it's right there on the corner of the page. Sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com. I believe it's also in the description section, if I'm not mistaken.
And spell Israelites the right way, because we don't be ignoring people. Sometimes you'll spell ISREALITES and it'd be wrong.
Yeah,
spell it right so we can get that email.
Learn how to spell your last name. Gotta do it.
Right. Spell your nationality.
Come on now.
Con.
But look.
Salaki, Araya said answer the gold T. Somebody said something about my T. Hey, Solomon 1 and 10. All right. Hey, and Deuteronomy 7 and 6. They said, I got gold teeth. Is what coming out of my mouth, is that wrong? So don't worry about the teeth. Worry about what I'm saying.
He's trying to look like his forefather, you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
We set apart. We different. I ain't trying to be like everybody else. Everybody else got white teeth.
He trying to be like Solomon, y'all.
Right. All right, here we go. Wisdom of Solomon. No, not Wisdom of Solomon. Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 6. Be in peace with many, nevertheless, but one counselor of 1,000.
So look, y'all have to understand that it's not many women that you should go to for counsel, right? But before you choose that woman that you're going to go to for counsel, you have to, put yourselves in situations to be able to try those women that you're counseling or going to counsel for or speaking to, right? So you don't just in your first conversation just let out all your personal information. Oh, this sister should be cool. She in the truth. I'm going to just tell her everything, right? And see if she can help me. No, don't do that. Because you know who the sister is, right? What's the next verse say? Keep reading.
Come. Hey, Zaya is Ecclesiasticus, not Ecclesiastes, King. All right, verse 7.
Yes, all right.
If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him.
Or prove her first, and be not hasty to credit her, right? Don't just look and, she got all her stuff together. She been in the truth for a little while. We should, she should be able to give me sound advice. That ain't what it is. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to try these people. And once you've tried enough and they seem like they're trustworthy, seem like they'll be able to give you sound advice and they've done it before because you have a record of it happening because you tried them, you proved the friend, right? Then you make them your counselor, right? Because you know that the person is going to actually counsel you and give you sound advice. It's not going to be something that's going to mess up whatever situation you're trying to get counsel for. All right? Is that it?
Right. Verse 8, let's see. Yeah, let's keep going. You
okay,
sure?
Keep going? Go ahead.
All right, cool. It says, for some man is a friend for his own occasion and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. Yeah. We good on that. I had a way I wanted
to get that again in Sirach 37 because he kind of said it again there, but we'll bring it out again. But yeah, like you said, right? You know what I'm saying? It's because the reason you want to try these women is because a lot of them aren't going to be by your side in the time of trouble. They're not really going to have your best interest at heart sometimes, right? Some of these women got, twisted intentions when they give you advice. Their life might not be going right and they want you to be miserable with them too. So they don't be the only single girl at camp or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what it is. But like that's what it's a car gonna get the goals, boy. It's gonna be a wrap. What's that happen, boy?
Hey, that's gonna be fun. I can't wait for that one. Hey, all the SOT North Carolina getting goals, man. Y'all getting some too. All right.
I'm gonna kick all y'all out. Y'all do that. I'll tell you. Sirach chapter 6 and verse 34.
You said Sirach 6 and 34?
Okay.
All right, come on. We just talked the other day. You said you getting some. This is the book of Sirach chapter 6 and verse 34. Stand in the multitude of the elders, and cleave unto him that is wise.
You see that brother here, bad counselor. He just told y'all all my secrets and stuff. He ain't supposed to do that. I ain't proven first. No.
Oh, yeah, true.
Read it again.
Come. Sirach 6 and 34. Stand in the multitude of the elders, and cleave unto him that is wise.
That's what you're supposed to be able to do, right? Like in reference to women too. Y'all are supposed to be able to stand in a multitude of wise older women, right? But the problem is, one of the things that made us do this video, a lot of women have been complaining that there isn't, well, I'm not gonna say isn't, doesn't seem to be a plethora of wide variety of different wise women that they could get really good advice from, right? And the reason is because a lot of these women are giving advice that's not biblical. They're giving advice that's based off their own mind, off their own intentions, off of experiences they probably had with their specific husband that they wanted to go a certain way, and then they're experimenting with you to see if those situations would work or not, right? So to know if the sister's going to be that type of sister or not, or the brother even is going to be that type of brother, to bring it back to us as well, right? Because it happens with us too. you have to be able to try those people. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, what the sister said, man. Hey, make sure y'all get on the Patreon, man. We got a lot of content coming out on the Patreon for your edification, and you helping us build the school, man. Hey, get on the Patreon. All praise. Glad y'all enjoying it.
Give me Sirach chapter 37, start at verse 1.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 37, and verse 1. Every friend saith, I am his friend also, but there is a friend which is only a friend in name.
You see that? So some of these women, some of these men will only be your friend in name, right? They'll be your friend when it's at camp. You know what I'm saying? Hey, sis, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? But then, you know, you don't really got her as a friend later on. Where some situations happen, she's not there to give you advice or whatever it might be, right? So these are the things you got to keep in mind. The scriptures tell you about this stuff because there's no new thing under the sun, once again, right? Every type of person there is on the planet right now that you've had to encounter, there's been that type of person before. And the Most High put them in the book so that you know how to deal with these type of people. But y'all ain't in the book enough to know how to deal with these type of people so that you don't put yourself in these situations. That's why we're teaching you this lesson.
Hey, let me get this precept real quick.
Go ahead.
Can you get it for me? Proverbs, let me see if that's what I want. I think it's Proverbs 18 and 24. Let me see if that's what I want.
A man that hath friends must show himself friendly.
A
friend that's sticking closer to a brother. I mean, sticking closer than a brother.
Oh, that's not it. Give me 13 and 20.
13 and 20. Let me see. Okay, he that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed.
Yeah, right? When we talking about getting wise counsel, because the brother has brought out multiple times how detrimental it is, right? How detrimental it is receiving bad counsel, especially when it comes to marriages and things of that nature, right?
Let me read it again. Proverbs 13 and 20. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed.
This is very important in proving people, right? It's very important in proving people, because if you prove it, if you listen to the person who always says your point of view, you come to the council with a point of view, and he or she always agrees with that point of view, that is not good counsel. You're supposed to go to the person who, hey, brother, that ain't right. And go to the scriptures and show you. A friend that always agrees with you, that's not a friend.
If you don't bring it,
it says a companion of fools shall be destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Your marriage can be destroyed. You can be destroyed. Your soul can be destroyed.
And that's the big thing I want y'all to get, right? The two last things he said, your marriage and your soul, right? You could destroy your marriage by the sound advice you get from a fool that you thought was smart.
All right.
Right? Because like I said, some of these women be scorpions and dragons and lions, them damn self, right? With manes, not the female lion, but the real one. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Most High got them growing. But yeah, so they be in that type of situation, and they're giving you advice based off the situation they live in. So the advice that they're giving you could work with them in their house because of the way their husband is, right? Your husband's different. And you was telling them how your husband is. So they should have been giving you information that was tailored to your situation.
That's right. Whether you like it or not.
They was giving you information tailored to their situation, right? So listen to what the scriptures say. Go back to Sirach 37.
Come. Book of Sirach, chapter 37.
You can go to verse, just for the sake of time. Start at verse 4.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 4. There is a companion which rejoices in the prosperity of a friend, but in the time of trouble will be against him.
Right? So let's say, for example, right, to bring it into something that y'all might be with, right? You could be a sister that came into the camp single, right? Then later on, you find a husband. It's an older sister or whatever that you've been getting advice from. You was cool with it and everything like that. Y'all was friends when you was single, right? First came into the camp, y'all got cool. You know what I'm saying? Then you get married. And she's happy for you in front of everybody, right? But then the problem happened between you and your husband. And then she's like, yo, okay, so what do I do now? You go ask the sister for some information, and not the advice that she's giving you is really advice that proves she's really against you. She's not really for you in the situation that you're in, right? She ain't giving you advice that's going to help it, and you know it. But because it was the advice you were given, you trust the sister, you still go and try to, relay her advice and put it towards your situation, and it ends up destroying you, right? That's what he's talking about, this type of thing. Okay? Just to put it in y'all type of perspective. Go ahead.
Verse 5. There's a companion which helpeth his friend for the belly, and taketh up the buckler against the enemy.
See? Go ahead.
Forget not thy friend in thy mind, and be not mindful.
That's fine. I meant to tell you skip to 7, but that's cool. Keep going.
Okay, and be not unmerciful of him in thy riches. Verse 7. Every counselor extolleth counsel, but there is some that counseleth for himself.
You see? So every counselor is going to give you counsel, but it's some that's going to give you counsel for their own gain, right? The counsel they give you is going to be something that would work in their situation, but it ain't going to work in your situation. That means they're not a good counselor because they didn't tailor make the counsel for you based off whatever you said you needed counsel on, right? That's why it didn't work. But if they was really the counselor you were supposed to be going to, right, the Most High wouldn't have let you go to somebody that you was supposed to go to for sound advice and then give you bad advice. Man's goings of the Lord, right? He's not the author of confusion. If you went to that person, you wasn't supposed to go to them. But he let you go to them so you know what bad advice looks like. Don't go to this lady no more, right? Or this brother for that matter. You got something?
Nah, not right now.
All right, keep going.
Verse 8. Beware of a counselor and know before what need he had. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
Beware of a counselor and know why they trying to give you the counsel. What reason is this woman even wanting to give you the counsel for, right? And is the counsel that she's giving you going to be counsel that really is going to work? Because if it's not, like, why you gave me that? Why is this what you told me to do? He ain't going to like that. You know what I'm saying? If that's the thought you get, you got to think, why the hell she told me this?
Hey,
not go and do it.
Hey, that's cold because we have too many examples of people trusting their pastors with certain things, like being the some power of attorney over their bank accounts and things of that nature, and they did not see what need he had before they gave them that position, and they took it for their personal gain. And that's what's cold about this scripture right here.
Come. And also, right, just to let me back off what he just said, right? This comment right here, I don't like these type comments. No offense, sis, but this ain't good. Because in some situations you need to go to a sister. If you go to a man, you don't know what his intentions will be. That man might be telling you something that's gonna make you leave your husband so he can try to get with you. Because brothers do.
You know what? To her defense, she said, "Man of the Lord." So if it's a man of the Lord, he ain't gonna do that.
There's men in the camps that you think are men of the Lord that do that, which is why you need to talk to him too. You can't just say he got fringes on, he a man of the Lord, I'm gonna go to him for advice. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But if you don't got a husband, what do you do then? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of who we talking to here. And if you do have a husband, you talk to your husband, but it's some things that you still need a woman advice on. It might be something going on between you and your husband, right? You might be a woman that didn't grow up knowing how to deal with a man per se, because you didn't have one in the household. You know what I'm saying? So you trying to get advice from a woman that does know what it's like to be with a man and is successful with it, right? So that's that situation. We're just saying you have to know how to a seasoned woman.
That's right.
We're just saying you have to know how to judge to make sure that woman that you're going to that you think is seasoned is actually what you think she is, right? Because some of these women appear to be seasoned, but they season with vinegar, not salt. It's not good. So keep reading.
Verse we're gonna restart in verse 8.
All right.
Beware of a counselor and know before what need he had, but he will counsel for himself, lest he cast the lot upon thee and say unto thee, thy way is good. We just said this.
Yeah, your way is good.
Right. And afterwards he stand on the other side to see what shall befall thee. Salakia.
Yeah, go ahead, sister. Go ahead and do that. And then after it happens, damn, glad I didn't do that. Glad I gave her that advice and I ain't do it myself.
You see what I'm saying? Because that's not a good counsel. That's not your friend. Yes, men are not good friends. I personally cannot stand somebody who agrees with every single thing that I come up with because I could be off. So I call brothers like Ariah. I'll call Eliel. I'll call Adawan Yawa'al. I'll call Adawan Malachi, Yaiqua, Yonatan. I call these brothers. Aharon, I call these brothers. Hey, bro, look, bro, am I tripping, dog? Like, yo, let me if I'm tripping, bro. And they be like, yeah, you tripping. Oh, no, I see. No, you ain't tripping.
Wow.
Right? Right? This is what you should be looking for in friends and counselors. One that's going to tell you the truth. Am I tripping or not? Yeah, you tripping. You going off. Let's go to the scriptures. But you always got that brother. Hey, bro, I'm thinking about doing it. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's what's up. I would do that.
Yeah, bro. You know,
I will never go to you for counsel again, ever.
Because all he doing is trying to see what's going on. What the camp gonna say about it after he get caught doing this shit? That's all that brother did.
Hey, man. Hey, this is the sad truth, yo. We think our real friends are yes men. And we call it, this is what we call it, Eliel. We call it support. When they agree with everything we say, oh, they supporting me. No, they being yes men.
Ain't that the fact? And then when the brother tell you, or the sister is trying to get you to do the thing that everybody, all the yes men don't want you to do, that person's controlling. You controlling. You trying to, that person, they just want you to move the way they want you to move. No. It's no chance in the world that what they told you was right. But the yes man is right? Everybody telling you go ahead and do it, right? They tell you go ahead and do it. You see,
If the yes man is always right, what do you need him for if he's just going to say yes? That means you was right the whole time.
Yeah, you can say yes to yourself. Shit. I don't need you, right? Keep going, though. It gets more specific.
Come, verse number 10. Consult not with one that suspecteth thee, and hide thy counsel from such as envy thee.
How you know if a girl envy you or not? You got to try her. Some of y'all know, you be like, I knew she envied me after you gave the advice. Y'all be like, look, here's an example. I told this girl, I met her at camp or whatever. She was cool. I met her at the feast day. She was cool. We exchanged Instagrams. We start talking. I tell her all my business and stuff like that. And then a week later, she unfriended me on Facebook. She unfriended me on Instagram, whatever it is. Like, damn, the girl's so fake. You tell girls your business and then they just go and friend you, act like you're not cool and all that stuff. You met the girl one time. Opened up to her.
Right.
Start telling your business. And then she unfriends you. She probably like, damn, I don't be cool with nobody got all this shit going on. Right? Or she might just been a friend for her own game. She might have came in there for the season, used you whatever she was trying to use you for, and now it's out. But you didn't prove her. So you didn't told her, pivotal information to your life, really confidential stuff that you didn't want nobody to know. She ain't in your camp, she ain't in your circle of people, has a whole nother circle of people she associates with and could be telling all them your business. Right?
Hey, this code right here. This is code. Whoever gives you advice got to be willing to give advice that may even cut themselves. What does Adawan Yawa'al always say? When I teach you,
I teach myself.
And guess what? He said it on a previous class. He said, sometimes when you're doing a counsel, right? This may be a counsel. You have to give counsel for a situation that you're currently going through. And now you got to make a change. Do I be a hypocrite and not change it? Or do I give the counsel and then I have to change it? That's cold, man. That's cold. That's right, man. That's cold.
But wait, there's more.
Verse 11. Neither consult with the woman touching her of who she is jealous.
What? I almost choked. Say it again.
Neither consult with a woman touching her of whom she is jealous.
Bro, the first one said, don't talk to nobody that's envious of you. The next one said, don't consult with nobody that's jealous. Again, I'm asking the same question. How do you know if this is jealous of you?
Example. Hey, look, I've had this happen to me. Shorty, you taking advice once again from women that's not in no relationship. You going through something with your man. You consult your friend. Girl, I will leave him because I ain't taking all that. You better to leave because you single.
And she in the truth got the longest fringes and they leather.
You're single. You have nobody to leave. But that single sister is telling you, I wouldn't be taking that. I'll be gone. But she alone every night. You not.
And she never gonna get a husband.
Never.
In the truth.
Never.
She might get in the world. She gonna be one of them sisters that, yeah, I got a husband. I got with him this year. I'm trying to wake him up, but it just ain't working.
When you take
it,
advice,
wake up for real. Because if she get with a brother that's woke, she ain't gonna be able to do the stuff she doing.
Hey, Adawan, when you take advice from a single person, man or woman, from a single person that's miserable, you ain't gonna be nothing but the next one. Point blank, period. Because that person want what you got. They tired of going home alone. They tired of going to the feast days without nobody on their arm and leaving without nobody. They tired of that. So then when you talk to them about your problem, I would leave personally. And now you just
they don't even come outside. They don't even come to the feast days and stuff like. Well, they come to the feast days. They don't come to camp because everybody got their woman and their man and stuff like that. They go out to eat afterwards or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Double, triple, quadruple, sextuple dates and stuff like that. Everybody got somebody except you. She don't even come around except for the feast day. But then at the feast day, you asking her for advice. Why you asking her for advice anyway? You ain't seen her in 4 weeks.
Don't talk about the leather. Don't talk about the leather fringes either, because I definitely wore those to camp this past weekend.
I got leather fringes too. You know what I'm just saying?
Right.
The
I got mine for you.
The over-righteous sisters.
Let's keep going in that. Verse 11.
Yeah,
neither consult with a woman touching her of who she is jealous. Neither with a coward in matters of war.
Right.
Nor with a merchant concerning exchange.
Yeah.
Nor with a buyer of selling. Nor with the envious man of thankfulness.
The same thing with an envious woman, right?
Nor with an unmerciful man touching kindness.
Oh, right. Yeah. Don't go to that unmerciful sister about how to be kind to your husband because he keep catching an attitude at the things you say that you thought you were saying the right things, but you're not, obviously, because he catching an attitude. So you go to a sister, hey man, why old boy keep getting mad when I say this, that, and the third, or when I do X, Y, and Z? And the sister not saying, well, how you saying it? And you telling her exactly how it is? No, she's just saying, well, it's because he an asshole and blah, blah, blah. All them Israelite niggas is da 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 da. They just be roaring lions, roar, right? Like that's the advice they be giving you instead of, well, maybe you should have the law of kindness in your tongue. Say it to them a different way that's more kind. You know what I'm saying? A soft answer turneth away wrath. Maybe say it to him a little softer. Not like his mama and you trying to demand him to do something. You know what I'm saying? He might not feel like his mama is trying to demand him to do something, but his mama died 4 years ago. So he was like, why the hell this lady talking to me like that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it don't make no sense.
If we look at the scripture, though, if we look at this is saying what we've been saying the whole time. It's telling you not to take counsel from a person whose situation is opposite yours. What do I mean by that? Like we said, married sisters taking counsels from single sisters who ain't never had a man, right? You taking counsel from a brother about a mortgage who's never had one. You see what I'm saying? Like the Bible is telling you to take counsel of people who's going to tell you the truth and who can relate to your situation and give you wisdom in that counsel. Let's keep reading. It says, nor with the unmerciful man touching kindness, nor with the slothful for any work. Watch, look at this. Don't talk to the slothful man about work. He don't want to work. What are you talking to him about? Why am I talking to a brother who don't want to do the work out there on the street corners about how I should do the work on the street corners? You can't talk to me about that.
Because he gonna say, brother, why you gotta go out on the corners anyway, man? We got AC.
We get tight.
Come on, brother.
Right? nor with any hireling for a year of finished work, or a year of finishing work, a lazy brother, nor with an idle servant of much busyness. Don't talk with somebody who's idle about handling matters where you're going to be busy. I'm not talking to you about that. You lazy. What am I talking to you about that for? Right? Last one. Hearken not unto these in any manner of counsel.
None.
That's cool.
Not some. Not let's try it. She looked like she might give me some good advice.
She might tell me the truth.
None. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Let's keep going. Verse 12.
Yeah.
But be continually with a godly man. Thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord.
And that revolves it with a woman too, right? If you're going to get advice from a woman, be continually with the woman who you're going to get advice from. Make her your counselor that you know follows the law and keeps the commandments.
This chapter's cold.
Someone you know that's applying that stuff in your household. Yeah, it's so cold that I don't even want to go into the part 2 till next week. We're going to have to do it next week because we already been on this thing 2 hours. Ain't nobody going to watch part 2. I was going to talk about Gabrielle Union and her flip-flop son and her.
It's going to be 3 parts.
The man.
Woo.
Devil's Union, right? Gabrielle and D-Way. So, yeah, bro. But that's the main thing I wanted y'all to get from this part, right? The women that y'all be getting advice from be the wrong women. That's why y'all having problems. There's other women out there y'all can get the advice from, but y'all haven't tried those women yet to see, should I get advice from her? Should I get to know this woman? Hell, y'all are still going to women in the world to get advice from them. Instead of trying women in the truth, it don't make no sense. The woman in the world is not going to give you no good advice.
This is a cold one. That's so right. He did it even to himself.
Go ahead.
Would he be good?
To whom would he be good?
Hey, bro, why am I going to counsel with you? You can't even take care of your damn self. What am I counseling with you about, brother? Get your stuff together. Sister, get your stuff together. And then you should be spending your time getting your mess together than counseling me. I'll go to somebody
counsel
else.
From you and your man live in Michigan. You in Texas.
Whoopsie. Hey.
Why I'm getting counsel from you and you and your man is like always having a problem. Why I'm getting counsel from you?
Always leaving the feast. Always leaving the feast day in the car arguing. And I'm gonna take counsel from y'all.
Why?
No.
That ain't what it need to be. So it's like y'all gotta prove to people that y'all gonna be talking to, right? You can't just be complaining about not having the right people to talk to, not having sound sisters that give advice. You know what I'm saying? It can't be that. You gotta go look for the sisters that you can talk to, and then match with the ones that fit your spirit. Each sister gonna be different. The sisters y'all think is bratty, that might be buttholes and they real cliquish and stuff. They got their clique of women that's just like that they'll be able to counsel with. You got your clique of women that's just like you that you'll be able to counsel with. It's the same thing. So that's that on that. You know what I'm saying? Let's close it out with Jeremiah 6:16.
Hey, and to the sister with the Hebrew name that we can't pronounce, this is Sirach 37. Just read the whole chapter. The captain Uriah said he bears the. If you study with Sons of Thunder Israelites, right, and you trust our counsel, read this book of Sirach 37. This was a good one.
The whole chapter. We only read 12 verses. You thought that was good? That was just 12 verses.
12 verses. I wanted to go to 14, but we'll wait for part 2. We got to get that. Jeremiah what?
Jeremiah 6:16.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 6, and verse 16. And it reads, Thus saith the Most High, stay ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths.
See, gotta ask for the old path, man. The old path is women taking sound advice from sound women. Seasoned women, learned women. Women seasoned with salt and not vinegar for pickles. Right? We want women that's seasoned in this truth, that actually are known to keep the commandments. As Sirach said, right? That's what we want. That's who you should be getting your advice from. Straight up. If it's not that, then you shouldn't be getting advice from that person. Hey, do what the sister said. Get advice from a brother. You can't find a woman.
That's
But
right.
make sure you know that brother's intentions too. Know everybody's intentions that you're gonna get advice from. You got to know that.
That's facts.
Keep going.
Con. Where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls.
Yep.
It said we will not walk therein.
So a lot of y'all saying you ain't gonna walk there, and we know a lot of y'all not gonna actually follow sound advice from sound people, but we put the lesson out there, so the blood's off our hands. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Yeah, there will definitely be a part 2 because we were supposed to tell you guys about teaching and what you can teach and how you should be teaching, right? So, you know, how you should be teaching the women, what type of things you should teach women, all that type of stuff, right? How you should teach your kids, you know what I'm saying? The opposite of Gabrielle and the Devil's Union with Dwayne Wade.
Ooh, boy.
And they son, daughter, whatever it is.
It.
The real one. The real thing. The actual movie, 3D. Yeah, but we're going to get on that next part 2. But that teaching isn't about them. Like I said, it's about us teaching y'all what type of things you should be teaching, what you should be getting sound advice of and from these women that you're getting advice from, right? What is that?
Was what?
This stuff that's being posted, best cam, fun, hot girls. What is that? What the hell is this? You know what?
Blocked.
Golly, y'all just disrespectful.
See, these Edomites, man, they can't get away. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they was on TikTok on us telling some y'all efforts are in vain. Y'all just mad because y'all daggone time is up. Our women are in class learning how to be better women. Our brothers are in class learning how to be better men. And we're not killing each other like we used to. And we're waking up at a rapid rate. So guess what? Esau, you cannot get away.
Yo, Jonathan, if you watching this, we got to find a way to stop that, bro, or something.
There ain't no way to stop it. There's no way to stop it. You just got to block them when you see it. There's no way to stop it.
So we got scoffers like that now. They just pop up and post stuff like that.
They can say what they want, but you got to block them. Now there's a setting that we can use to where we have to accept the comment before it's posted, but it's too many. We can't do that. We just gonna block them when we see them.
Who is calling me at 10:51? What is wrong with you niggas? I'm sorry.
Hey, look, check this out. Hey, look, I think with that, I think that this is the end of this first part of this class.
Yeah.
All right. Now check this out, man. Hey, once again, we pushing the feast days. We pushing the new moon. We brought it out at the Passover, right? Thank you, Sister Jahaziah, and congratulations on bringing another beautiful Israelite baby into the world. All praises to the Most High. We're glad that the baby was delivered safe and you're doing fine. All right. All praises to
all the sisters and brothers being fruitful and multiply.
That's right.
Right. Esau can't do it.
That's right, because you cannot get away. All right. Now check this out. Check this out, man. We pushing the new moon. We brought it out at Passover. You call yourself a commandment keeper. I keep the commandments of God, but you don't go into the new moon, which is a commandment and a statute and a law in Israel. Right? We pushing the new moon. So if you want to go to the next new moon in ATL or Atlanta, May 29th for the Atlanta camp to RSVP, Sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com. For the North Carolina camp, Sons of Thunder Israelites NC at gmail.com. All right. Hey, man, the 3 major feast days are always held in Atlanta, Georgia. Right? Tabernacles, First Fruits, Passover, always held in Atlanta, Georgia. If you would like to come to the Feast of First Fruits in Atlanta, Georgia, all right, June 3rd at even, you have to send an RSVP email to Sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com. Make sure you spell it correctly and let us know how many people will be in the building with you. We're asking for a small donation of $50. All right. It's a lot of money to do these feast days. So we're asking for your support and your help. All right. And we're asking for $50 for your family. $50 for your family to come keep the Most High's feast day and to celebrate with us. Get a good lesson, eat, drink, and be merry. Be around your family, all right, and have a good time, all right? So June 3rd at evening, we're celebrating the Feast of First Fruits, all right, in Atlanta, Georgia. I will be in the building. I'm coming, right? You guys send the RSVP email to sonsofthunderisraelites@gmail.com. And in the subject column of the email, put First Fruits 2022. First Fruits 2022. So we got 102 people in here. I should have 102 emails tonight. All right. Hey, and with that, man, I yield, man. Go ahead, Ottawa.
Hey. So we are the Sons of Thunder Israelites. It is our prayer and heart's desire that all Israel might be saved. Y'all tune in next week for the rest of the class. Y'all tune in tomorrow for whatever Truth Tuesday got for you, and the rest of the week for what we got. All right. So we'll catch y'all next time on the next edition of Milk Monday.
Salakia. True. Hey, North Carolina channel, subscribe. The Chop Shop Tuesday morning. The Chop Shop Tuesday morning, 9:30, where we break down false doctrines and give y'all the breakdowns, man. 9:30 tomorrow morning. Tune in.
Make sure y'all subscribe to their channel, man. They're working hard. They're putting out good videos. They camp videos is real unique, if you want to call it that, right? It's different. It's like 5 points, but a different setting from when we was at the beginning. They get all the new scoffers, you know. Every time you open the area, it's a bunch of new scoffers you get. There'd be new people that don't know nothing about the Bible, and it's real interesting videos. So y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to that so you can check those out, all right?
All praise.
Yeah, we got it, Sons of Thunder Israelites. It is our prayer, our desire that all Israel might be saved. Shalom. And enjoy the rest of y'all Feast of Unleavened Bread.
Shalom.